probably illegal. Oh, that's where I am. National Forest. So I just drove up Mount Washington, which is pretty scary. Going up, I kept thinking I was going to pitch back, and coming down, I thought, my brakes are going to give out. I thought it would be much worse coming down than going up. But it was worse going up than coming down. I actually was wondering what they do to people who drive up that road and are so scared they don't dare to drive back down. And they get stuck up there. But I'm a big fan of doing things way outside your comfort zone. And it kind of makes me a hypocrite, and I know it. Because the number one thing that would be outside my comfort zone as a person with avoidant personality disorder is to have relationships with people. I'm taking this little mini trip thing, whatever, by myself, as usual. Everything I do is by myself. Now, truthfully, I have a much better time if I'm going somewhere else, because when I'm with somebody else, I spend all my time being concerned about them. Like, I took my kid to Disney, I don't know, a handful of times, and I remember that we had a good time. I remember looking at my kid the entire time. It's actually one of the things that I want to give a shot, is to go back on my own, which would be crazy. Although now would be the perfect time, because there was only like 50% capacity or something. So there'd be less people. Absolute perfect time to go. I don't think it's even open yet. Yeah. So, if I really wanted to do something to push myself out of my comfort zone and to basically, I did not go up that thing to scare myself, but that was the effect. When I went to Africa, I didn't go to scare myself, but that was the effect. There was an extreme, heightened sense of awareness of the current time, of mindfulness in the extreme. I had to pay attention to exactly what I was doing, because it was radically different there. I had to pay attention going up this damn mountain, so I didn't die. When I got to the top of the mountain, I had to pay attention where I was standing, so I didn't, misstep on a rock and either break something or fly down the mountain. So I don't know. I do these things outside of my comfort zone that are still within my comfort zone. I do these things that for other people might be massively horrifying. People are afraid of heights. Oh my God. I'm not afraid of heights. I'm nervous, healthy nervous around heights. But if you were afraid of heights, oh my God, that would kill you to do that. To just suddenly go, oh, I'm going to take off and leave tomorrow at like 6 o'clock at night. I'm just going to leave. I'm just going to find some place to go and not plan it, really. I was like, can I find some places to go? Yes. And actually, I had a nice little list, and at least half of them were closed because of the pandemic restrictions. So that would drive people crazy. A lot of people would drive them crazy to go, okay, well, I have like X number of dollars, I'm just going to go waste it. Is basically what I'm doing. And then there are other people, I'm so impressed by them, that are like, I'm just going to go find a person to talk to. Even with people with avoidant personality disorder. I mean, it does, for me, it gets to a point where I am pushed past the limit and I am so absolutely alone that I have to interact with somebody, and I will. And it's usually when I've moved, like completely moved to someplace completely different. Not traveling, but gone. I would, like, for example, I went to graduate school in Philadelphia and just up and moved there. Never been to the city. And just, boom, moved to Philadelphia. And I was completely by myself, and I went early. It was stupid. I went early because I needed to get like a ton of work done on my car to get an inspection sticker, and I didn't want to pay for it because I couldn't have a car in Philly. So I just left a month early. Then I get there, and the college was not, I wasn't able to access anything at the college because I was technically a month before I was officially a student. It didn't matter. I was a future student. I didn't have access to anything. So I did nothing for a month in Philadelphia, and it forced me out and about, and it forced me to interact. And even after I was back in school, I was like, okay, well, I can't be interacting with my fellow classmates. I've got to be in class with them for 2 years. No. And so I went out and found people because I was beyond desperate. Being holed up in my house doesn't work though, like that, because it is totally comfortable. I mean, that just brings me massive depression when I don't have any kind of stimulation, interaction, whatever. But as far as moving to someplace, that's probably what it would take for me to interact with somebody. So, if you're kind of like me and you're a wuss and you don't want to actually interact with somebody because that's too difficult,
in a quarter mile, turn left onto Main Street.
Apparently I have to turn left, which means I got to turn this thing off too. Then going out and doing some crazy thing out in the world can stave that off for a little while. But I actually hope you're not a wuss like me. I hope that you actually do learn how to interact in a way that lets you interact.
Turn left onto Main Street.
Ooh, a train.
In 800 feet, turn right onto Park Street.
I'm apparently not paying attention the way I'm supposed to. But look, it's a train. Trains all over this place. Anyway.
Take the next right onto Park Street, then turn left onto Main Street.
Okay, bye.